Welcome back to the Boot Tragedies.
All right, the question of the day is, should Danny Stutsman be playing more for the Saints? Obviously, our fourth-round pick linebacker out of Oklahoma has shown some good things on film, has shown where, some things where he needs to improve on. We're going to go over the Miami game, not his best game by any imagination. If you look at the Bears game, he had 6 tackles. Ram games, he had 8 tackles. We're not going to look at those. We're going to just look at the last previous game against the Dolphins. Only played a handful of snaps, but he did make an impact on the game. So we'll just check that out, and we'll talk about that. So we'll hop right into that. His first snap of the game. I don't need to talk about it. We'll just watch him right up there. That's how you make an impact. That's how you make an impact off the first play of the game for yourself. Read, react, unblock. That's how you make a play. Now, he wasn't supposed to be unblocked on this play. Give credit to Cam Jordan right here. Look at their blocking scheme. This guy right here, the tight end, he's going to try to get up to the second level. Tackle right here is going to try to get up to Demario Davis. Cam Jordan does a nice job of, getting a push and getting a touch on him. Now, Cam Jordan doing this just ruins the entire play for them because he pushes this guy into this tackle who's trying to get Demario Davis. He ends up tripping over him. He can't get to Stutsman. He can't get to Demario Davis. And now Stutsman's just unblocked. Great job by Cam Jordan. Great job breaking down. Lift that little motherfucker up. Take him to the ground. Use my language there. All right, here a little play action. Don't overbite, to that play action right there in good position. Screen play makes a guy miss right there. Would have made that tackle if that tackle wasn't made. Didn't see what that was that made the tackle, but I do want you to pay attention on this. Watch the old vet versus the rookie out here. Demario Davis and him are like in sync, but Demario Davis is just much cleaner, much crisp. You can tell, obviously he's the better player, but a guy that's been doing it for a long time. Just watch both of them together. Boom, they both shots, side shuffle right there. Boom, both getting the pass protect. Look at Demario hips already. He's already turned to the outside. He's already getting back. Boom, watch the feet, the way they plant in the ground. Everything is just much cleaner. We'll go watch it full motion one time. Shuffle. Get back. It's like a little drill that you do. It's a drill that everyone do. You shuffle, you backpedal, you get out your break. All of that is clean by Demario Davis. Stutsman just needs a little work on that. Not anything bad he did right here. I'm just, comparing him to Demario Davis. One of the best to do it. One of the best in the game still at his age. Just look at the feet. Look at the movement. Beautiful from Demario right there. Not bad from Stutsman. Do like that he made that lineman miss. We're going to talk about that, a little bit in the run plays. You can't always make the lineman miss. Sometimes you're going to have to take on that block, being a linebacker, but a good job right there. We got him right here in this play. Shooting the gap. 73 does a nice job of sealing him off. Would love for him to make this tackle. But that's A-chain. That's going to be a tough tackle. Right here, like I said, 73 does a nice job sealing him off. Then Granderson, gets sealed off right here as well. Doesn't help his case to, get down the line. Now he's hustling. And, we got our safety here. I don't know who this corner is outside right now, our safety, whoever that is. But, it's a hole right there, and he's trying to beat him to the spot. That's A-chain. That's a guy that ran 10 flat, in the 100-meter dash. He's probably not going to close that gap. The elite ones will. So, would like to see him a little better there. Now, that's nitpicking. Now, that's very, very nitpicking. Carl Granderson, like I said, didn't give him any help off the edge. He gets sealed by this tight end. We get sealed right here, and he's on his horse. He's on his horse trying to get there. He's never going to catch A-chain, though. That's just not possible for him. Didn't do anything wrong right there. Good play design by the Dolphins. Right here, this is where we talked about him slipping these linemen. He's an athlete. He's a big guy, but he's an athlete. So watch. He's going to slip him, boom. He ends up getting caught and washed up by 73, but that's a good slip right there. Like I said, every time you won't be able to slip, but right here, slips the lineman. That's a good slip. See how DeMario's taking his blocker on? He's going to have to do that sometimes, especially if that ball's coming right towards you. All right, now right here, he's just the last guy. He's going to have outside containment right here. He did nothing wrong. Can't really be in this play. But you can't let this play bounce outside. You're going to attack this guy outside shoulder, make him cut it back in. He just needs to get help in here. That's probably a hole right there. Not even probably. I mean, you can see a clear as day that's a hold. He does his job. You definitely can't let A-Chain bounce outside. And you just need help in there. Help comes late, but he did his job. Once again, lined up here at linebacker. Once again, slips that guy. He's killing. I mean, is that the center he's killing like that? Jeez Louise. Yes, the center is getting, every time, whoop, getting slipped. Almost makes that tackle. That's a really, really good slip. Like I said, sometimes it's gonna cost you trying to slip these guys, and it's gonna be a big run. And he'll learn that eventually. But this is a great slip. You can't be mad at this. I mean, this is perfect. Good slip. Right there. Right there for the cleanup if DeMario doesn't make that tackle. That's a really, really good slip by him. I'll take it. I'll take it. That's perfect. I think he definitely earned some more snaps. He's definitely not ready to play a full game just yet, in my opinion, but he's definitely earned more than 10 snaps a game, 12 snaps a game. It's just a play action. Nothing really going for him here. Reading his keys, getting across. Like I said, nothing major here. Once again, you can kind of see him and DeMario doing the same thing with their feet. How much better DeMario's feet is, how much, quicker and faster DeMario reacts to things than him. But like I said, you can't really compare him to DeMario Davis. All right, right here, he's in the A gap. I definitely want to get some passing plays in here. Well, B gap, really not A gap, excuse me. Lined up in the B gap, showing pressure, but he's going to bail out right here. And now right here, you just got to kind of know the coverage. Let's watch the play first. Really good throw in anticipation by Tua. We're watching from this angle as well. All right, this angle is going to show you everything you need right here. All right, from the snap, like I said, we're lined up in a B gap. We know we're going to drop out into coverage. Now, right here, we're overreacting. Obviously, Tua's coming here. I would like for us to get more depth on this right here because obviously we're covered up right here. You don't need to react so hard. Like, if you know your coverage, you know your responsibility, you have a guy in that area. Now, look where DeMario Davis is compared to where he is depth-wise. DeMario Davis is about 3 yards deeper than him, maybe 4 yards deeper than him on this play. Like I said, now Tua throws this with anticipation. This is a small window in here. Not really a small window, but a window you're going to have to anticipate. This guy's not even broken past DeMario Davis. You got a safety deep and you got Stutsman. Now, if Stutsman's 3 yards deeper, he probably makes this play. But since he's so tight in this A gap, from this A gap right now, I would like him to get a little more depth. Tua freezes him right here. Instead of, keep getting depth, he freezes in his tracks. I would like for him to get 3 to 4 more yards deeper right here. But like I said, this guy's covered already. That's not your job. That's not your responsibility. That's not your zone. Your zone is kind of more this area. If he throws that, then you react, make the tackle. So if you're a little deeper, what I do like is he's reading the quarterback's eyes. We're not just covering grass out here. I hate when linebackers just play their zone and cover grass. He's reading Tua, reacts to his guy. Tua comes off, and look, he comes off. He doesn't just run to a spot. He's finding a receiver. So boom, he looks dead at that receiver, and he knows where that ball is going. And he tries to react, but he's just not deep enough. If he's 2 to 3 yards deeper, maybe he gets a pick right there. Maybe he gets a hand on it. But since he's kind of so close to the line of scrimmage, like I said, compare him to DeMario Davis. You draw a straight line. He's not, in sync with him. Like I said, it's not his fault. That's a really, really good throw by Tua, who didn't make a lot of good throws that game. That's a good throw, good anticipation. Just like to be a little deeper on that play. Like I said, that's learning experiences right there. Knowing your coverages, knowing where everybody's at on the field, not just yourself. Gonna be right here. Takes on the block perfectly right here. Alontae Taylor let him out to dry. See, a play like this, you can't slip. You can't slip. Center's coming right at you. You don't want to slip. You don't want to give your gap responsibility up. Boom, you take on this block. Look at this. Perfect. Everyone's taking on their block. Look at Alontae Taylor, bro. What you doing, man? Jesus Christ. Everyone does their job. Like, you have to take on that block right there. Boom. Takes on a block. You're creating confusion for the running back. You're slowing him down for the help to get. I like the arm extension right there, getting that guy away from you, trying to get him off of you. Now we just got to make this tackle. Like, you're doing your job right here. Alontae Taylor can't be this terrible. You can't tackle the offensive lineman, Alontae Taylor. He doesn't have the ball. I promise you the offensive line don't got the ball. Can't tackle him. Wrong guy. But really, really good job taking on that block. Like I said, you have to pick and choose where you're gonna slip that guy, where you're gonna make a play on that guy. That was a really, really good job not trying to slip right there and actually engaging in that block, taking on that block. You just got to get help from the rest of your team. Right here, tries to take on the block. The center finally wins one. Center finally wins one with him. Hey, not gonna win them all. Right here, tries to take on that block. Center gets the best of him, throw him to the ground. But hey, we got back up, make the tackle. Hey, we get on the stat sheet with that. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. And that's a good job. That's a good job. Obviously, not a great job, not a good job, honestly. It's a good job getting back up, is what I'm trying to say. Good job getting back up, getting in that play. Even though you're on the ground, still can make a play. And once again, this is Demario Davis. This is Demario Davis highlight. Same thing. Watch how fast Demario Davis recognized this is going to be like a little RPO, play action type drill. And watch how fast compared to Stutsman he gets out of this. Side by side. Once again, read and run, read and run. Demario Davis already knows, man. Like, he already sees that tight end coming backside. Look at this tight end. He sees that. He knows already they not running this ball. Look how quick. Look how quick he's already in Stutsman's zone. And now he's telling him, hey, get there. I'm already here, brother. This is called film study. This is called, I've been in the league a long time. Because if they run this ball, they have something. Demario Davis is kind of just giving up his whole right here. But he just knows what's about to happen right here. Great film study. Watch this. Stutsman's kind of looking the backfield, looking for the run. Demario Davis is, like I said, boom. We're already next to each other. That's crazy about Demario. And he's pointing to tell him where to go. Now Demario Davis is getting back, trying to find a guy, dropping in coverage. I mean, that's a 10 out of 10 by Demario Davis right there. Stutsman plays it well. He's just a little slower than Demario. Nothing wrong with that. He's going to take a little longer to read. Demario Davis been in this league a long, long time. Doesn't do anything wrong. Obviously still gets to where he needs to get to. Good job by Chase Young slowing that guy up, giving Stutsman more time to get to this guy. But everything's still covered. Like I said, I do think he deserves more playing time. That's a small sample size. If he gets to play more, we'll watch more. We're going to watch a lot of these rookies upcoming. Wanted to get Stutsman out there. He was going to be the quickest. He only plays 12 snaps in this game. But I definitely think it was good to see him next to Demario Davis and see, hey, look how quick Demario Davis moves. Look, the fluidity of Demario Davis. But Stutsman makes some good plays, man. That first play, absolutely amazing. The way he can get off linemen, swim through those blocks. That's pretty good right there. Gonna have to get better engaging once he, take on those blockers. Gonna have to get stronger, weight room, all those things. That's gonna happen as as time comes, as he gets older, as he understands the games more and more, just reacting out there to the play and not thinking as much. But I do think we found something in him. And a fourth round linebacker, he looks okay right now. He's not a game changer by any means, but he's not terrible. Special teams guy that can rotate in. I do think he deserves more snaps. We're 2-10. It's time to start playing some of these younger guys more and more and more. If we can get that snap count up to 25 range, 25 to 30 range, that's probably like 40-45% of the snaps. I think that'll do wonders for him, for the team, and we'll see what we have in him more. Because what you don't want to do is not play him enough, and then next year you still don't know what you have in him. Let him go out there and, play some snaps. Let him get some games under his belt. 50% of the snaps, maybe, even get a start out there eventually or something like that. But let me know what y'all think about Stutsman, how he's been playing this season. Like I said, obviously this wasn't his best game. But still played well, still had moments. But I like this game because it shows some really, really good things. In that run game, it shows one bad thing in the pass game where, small things he can correct, shows some reaction things. It showed a lot. In 12 plays with a rookie, you're going to get a lot just in that small sample size. So I did want to put that, on film. I do think he's going to be a good player for us. Will he be a starter, for the next 4 or 5 years? Who knows? Jury's still out on that. But I do think we have something in him, and we'll see we have the more snaps he get, towards the end of the season, hopefully at least. But let me know what y'all think about Danny Stutsman in the comments below. As always, it's the Boot Tragedies, and I'm out.